the wrong setup in. Maybe they thought they were going to a different track. Well, he has got his hands full, and that crew chief's got a lot of work to do.
Absolutely, probably a bad set of tires. Just really looked tight there this first run. I'm sure he's probably just wanting to caution, get the pit road, make some adjustments.
Out front, man, our Polster are doing it up big here. Charles McDonald Jr., he's in that 10 car and an 18 car field, man, so he's ranked in the back half of this field. But starts up front, he's got a veteran like Dave Cater right there behind him, David Cater rather, man. That's a strong runner, dude. These guys got a little bit of a breakaway right now. Charles McDonald Jr., he's swimming real good in these shark-infested waters here tonight, buddy.
Oh yeah, and following them, you got Wes Weedman and the 11 of Fred Murray and Chad Pruitt. Right now, running pretty good times. I watched Chad earlier in the week. He's got a pretty strong car. He looked pretty good on the long run, so you might want to look out for that one Chad Pruitt tonight too.
Yeah, I mean, before we went back, before the 7 slid, I was going to mention, there he goes again now, and the 11 of Fred Moreau looks like he's just going to give way right there in turn 3 and 4 and let the 1 go. And I tell you, the same thing happened a while back there with the 3 of Brian V. Macklin. He just let the 1 go as well. Chad Pruitt has got some monster speed. Now, that's the crew chief right down there on pit road that's going to be getting a steak dinner. I mean, he definitely did his job. This car is put together. He's looking sharp. Going to have a little bit of work to do as he's nearly 2 seconds back right now. But with 120 laps on tap for tonight, man, there's a lot of time here, and that's definitely a car. Chad Pruitt, we're going to have to look out for that.
And back to 6th place, Brian V. Macklin. He started 5th. Probably just feeling it out right now, real early in the race, 120 laps. He hasn't lost that group yet, but he's the leader of the next 4 cars behind the 3 in front of him.
Yeah, he's hanging there right now. He's looking pretty good. You know, and it's still tight. You got the next group back here. Fred Moreau, Brian V. Macklin, Larry Scott Jr., Brad Mahar, Brandon Bowie. All these guys are together, and I'm hearing there's a caution on the track. Not sure what happened yet, trying to figure it out. Thinking maybe the 13, yeah, I think the 13, Antonio Perez Duran, definitely. I'm seeing some damage on his left rear. Not sure how it got there, but that's probably going to be the cause of our caution. But yeah, man, they're gonna have a little work to do. The front of this car looks good, but rear of the car not so much. I think he must have just went for a slide, maybe. Went for a slide down to that soft wall to see how soft it was, and found out it's not as soft as he was hoping.
Yeah, Jesse done a good job of saving that car.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Jesse, I'm taking a look at it right here. It looks like that 13, sure enough, he just snapped it loose there in the corner, backed it into the wall, but great job to everybody else staying out of him. So he's got some extensive damage in the back end, but they'll get her turned back around and get her going again.
10-4, thanks for the update, Jerry, man. Yeah, it's a good deal, just one guy, and yeah, it looks like early on with this many laps to go, man, they should be able to get, wow, look at this development here. The 10 stays out and pulls the 5 back out with him, but the rest of the field doesn't second-guess their crew chiefs. They go ahead and come on down. Everybody coming to the feeding trough here, man. The hogs are hungry. Feeding trough is full. I imagine 4 tires on tap for most. If you're back there in the middle, if you're the 4 car, maybe a Brad Mahar, or the 6 of Brandon Bowie, got a good car. What do you know, this may be a good opportunity here to take 2 tires. We'll keep an eye on it, let you know who's taking 4, who's taking 2. But I imagine the most common consensus is going to be 4 field goods right here and maybe some adjustments.
Absolutely, Jesse. I'm pretty shocked, man. That 10 and the 5 stayed out. This is a very tire demanding track, but maybe maybe they know something I don't know. You cool the tires off. It might feel like you got fresh tires out there. It may just hurt you in the long run. Just keep that track position.
No, absolutely. I agree with you 100%, man. I think it's a really ballsy move, and we'll see if it was the right one. But I tell you, everybody took 4 tires. Everybody figured, hey, we're down here. Like you said, AJ, it's a tough track, tough on tires. I need all the help I can get against this monster. So I'm gonna go ahead and put 4 on. That's what they all did. Your leaders pretty much stayed the same behind the guys, that stayed out. Junior Charles McDonald Jr. And Wesley been running 1st and 3rd before the caution, I believe. So. Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be interesting for sure to see how this plays out. And I think while we're waiting to see how this is going to play out, let's go ahead and take a quick commercial break and get this field lined up. We'll be right back after these messages. Alright, welcome back, race fans. Here we go. The lights are out as they come into turn 3 and 4 here up front. As mentioned before, front row's full of old tires right here. Charles McDonald Jr. We're going to find out if he was doing really well handling the heat. And now he's going to have to do it on old tires. The pace can get out of the way and leave him to his destiny right here. Can he control it? As the green flag comes out, is waving, and the 10 is off. Another fantastic start by the 10 of Charles McDonald Jr., man. And right away, the 4 tires and the 2 of David Cater looking to the inside of Wes Weedman for second place.
Yep, Wes Weedman, he gives way. Looks like the one Chad Pruitt's gonna try to ease on by.
Yeah, and we see what happened to the 14 at the beginning of the race when he got stuck on the outside. Little wiggle there from David Cater, man. Oh, watch it. 1 just about gets into him, has to bag it down, gives him a little bit of a slide there coming out of 4. Giving Wes Weedman a little bit of a chance out there on the outside, but having a tough time. As now the 11 might give way here. He's going to let the 5 in, so he owes him a Christmas card, does Wes Weedman. But now he gets the ball. The 5 gets the ball. We've got a wreck in the back. The 17 in big trouble. No down. A caution's coming out, and this one was the old meet and greet. He hit that wall like it was a long-lost friend, man. They embraced on that one. That car is going to be in bad shape, guys. That's the 17 of Michael Duell. Let's hope he's all right. Goodness gracious, I'm looking over that car right now, and it doesn't look as bad as I thought it would, man. He hit really hard, similar to the last caution we had. He's got a significant right rear damage, but he's got a little on the side and the right front fender as well, and it looks like that car's steering is a little bit askewed. Down to Jerry for an update. You got that, buddy?
Yeah, I'll tell you what, it just looks like coming out of the corner there, man. He just got loose, slammed him up in the wall. Same pretty much as the last episode there. Fortunately for him, he had a few more cars behind him, and they all got around him. So, a couple race cars damaged here, but could have been a lot more.
Wow, the steering really off. He just went for a live there. He just went for another slide and got steering into the wall a little bit down there in the middle of 3 and 4. So that car is definitely needing some work. They're going to get the tools out on that one. And this time, the 10 and the 5 both come down pit road. And you guessed it, pretty much everybody else is staying out on track. So, that's a tough deal. If they were running first and third when they decided to stay out, now they come in, they're going to be lining up somewheres around, I don't know, 15th and 16th, with a couple other guys with some tore up cars back there. And look at the 3 as well. Brian Macklin came in last time. He went ahead and come in again and get another 4 tires. So that kind of surprised me. I get why those other 2 came in, but it kind of surprised me that Macklin came back down. He may be looking to... Maybe he feels like he needs to get to the back here and just ride around, or maybe he felt like he didn't like something in the car and he needed some big-time adjustments. We're going to have to wait and see, which approach he's taking. But at any rate, the 3 going to come out last. Brian V. Macklin going to be started at the back of this field.
Yeah, Macklin, he's a good driver. I'm pretty sure he's probably told the crew, you guys got to fix this thing. I gotta do something here. So he's probably gonna use every pit stop he can early in the race to try to get it right and march his way forward. Also, on that caution there, I was on David Cater's car, and he done a heck of a slide and a save. So I'm sure this caution's cooled the right rear tire down, but he just about lost it, and it could have been bad news for him if he'd have lost the car. But he did save it, and he's in second right now too.
Yeah, I did see that. That was a good wiggle and catch right there, and it was also a very good job by the spotter of Chad Pruitt and Chad Pruitt himself to not, to give Cater the space to save that there as they almost touch coming out of 4. And of course now that's going to be your front row. David Cater starting on the outside of Chad Pruitt, who's now going to be taking the command here from the flagman, and we've been watching him in the early goings in this race just vamping on guys, man. Just getting to him so fast that they would just yield the position with rather than even try and race him. He's got a really good car, and now he's going to have clean air. And we're going to find out, just how good his car is. He ain't going to have anybody to pass but the pace car right here. We better keep our eye on Fred Moreau and Larry Scott Jr. as well back there in that second row, man. The 11 and the 12. I'll tell you what. Fred Moreau, man, he's just been hanging. He's been up there this whole race so far. And he seemed like he was falling off those lead guys in that one run there, but you never know, man. They get a long run at this track, man. You never know. This is a really tire-heavy wear track, so you never know whose step's going to come to life. As the pace car's off, flag is out, and the 1 with a fantastic start. I think what we got to do right here, we got them all bunched up. Bad boy, you know what time it is. Let's crank them up, brother. tell you what, this is a rough and tumble track. These guys, they got them lined up right now all throughout the field. The 5 and the 3 and the 10 all trying to work their way back up. As we got a spinner in front of the field, the 12, the 10 goes around. Oh, our pole sitter gets a big piece of the wall right there as he reacts to the wreck in front of him. And I believe it was the 12 is where this all is going to come from. The 12 of Larry Scott Jr. was just giving him a shout out. And oh boy, did he take a big lick coming off of turn 2 down on the backstretch wall, and caused a little bit of a melee with a few other guys. You know, he wasn't the only one. At 15 got a big piece of that too. Man, did you see all that down there, Jay?
Yeah, I'm telling you what, I can't tell Outlaw if that was him or if he got a little help from behind, but it looks like he took a hard lick there, and unfortunately on this one, the guys that were behind didn't get out clean. The 10 car heavy damage.
Yeah, and I'm getting it now from another angle, and definitely there was about a whole car length between them, so definitely just got away from him right there. And it can happen, you know, coming out of this track, the transitions on the banking is crazy. I mean, they really, this track tries to do that to guys, and to be quite honest, it's almost like they're saving it every lap, even when it looks good at a handful. So, man, heavy damage for several guys there too. The 15 also got a good piece of that. The 15 of Alfred Terra. He got pinched up there on the wall, took a big knock on the outside wall, then lost control, come down, hit the 14 of Jamie Heater, and, you know, he takes a big lick. So 4 cars that I'm seeing at least that are heavily damaged from this wreck right here. And some of them probably ain't going to be, they're probably going to be heading back to the hauler. Wow, what carnage early on, partner.
Yeah, Jesse, that 15. And he was just, I'm sure he's seen it down low. He was just hoping it was going to stay low. And, man, he tried to scoot on by. And, man, just caught the side of his car. Tore him up pretty bad. And a couple others involved there.
A tough break for our pulser, too, man. I mean, he was so strong. They're really hating that call now, I think, is staying out and then coming in on the next one. But you never know. And in a track like this, you know, I mean, it's just track position is so important, man, because the probability of a wreck happening in front of you obviously goes up the more cars you have in front of you. But a track like this, compared to other tracks, that's multiplied many times just because of the difficulty of this track. So, tough deal. But, man, I was impressed early on there with Charles McDonald Jr. as he is going ahead and they're putting that one on the hauler. They can't fix it. So, he's out for the night. But, man, sat on pole. And really looked really good until crew chief got him a little off sync, and that ultimately got him in trouble. But man, he should be proud. He come out here and looked real good, and I think he definitely left a thought in my mind that, you know, if he hadn't got back there, if he had been up front and on sync with the rest of them guys on pit strategy, I think he'd have been one to beat tonight for sure.
Yeah, he pretty impressive on that run where everybody else pitted. He didn't have many laps out there, but you know, everybody's on fresher tires than him, and he was able to hold them off. Just unfortunate.
Yeah, we still got some big hitters up here, though. I tell you what, man. One guy we ain't really talked much about sitting in 5th right now, that 4 of Brad Mahar. He's one that's been on our races quite a few times, and you know, he's always done well. So I mean, that's one we got to look out for. Of course, you got Armando Vargas. He's going to be starting outside of him in that A car. We all know he's the ETV Friday night top split champion last season in the showdown, and you know, he's looking to do big things. But Brandon Bowie, he's sneaking his way back up in his 6 car. Fred Moreau, he's the constant dude, man. He's just sitting there top 3, top 4 the whole race so far. We'll see what he's able to do with the guys in front of him, man. Leader Chad Pruitt, David Cater starting outside, man. You got a lot of guys in this field, man, that can do big things. So it should still be some great racing.
Yeah, Jesse, that wreck happened off of turn 2. I'm telling you, Dover, turn 1 and 2 is just, it's pretty bad. You know, you're cranking a lot of wheel in there, and if you're not counter steering off, sometimes the thing will just whip out from under you. It's one of the hardest turns in the iRacing service.
Oh yeah, man, it's like wrestling WWF with the steering wheel when you're out here on this track, man, for sure. It's tense, man. It really is. It's one of the more tense tracks, I think, that these guys go to, for sure. And to kick off the season here, you know, the first of a 12-week season, to kick it off right here, that's a tall task, man. I mean, this is a tough one. But working right now, lap 25 of 120. We still got a long way to go. Still, these guys cannot make enough fuel if it does go green from here. So, well, we're getting a lot of action ahead of us. I think, man, we're about to see some pretty wild racing here.
Yep. Most of the viewers' fuel window earlier was about 70 to 80 laps, probably 60 laps for the fill on the tires, as far as you want to go.
Yeah, pace cars in, flag is out the 1, and Chad Pruitt, man, he is boogieing. Look at the 11. Fred Moreau, he's looking to not just ride this time, but he's going to put Cater now to the outside. Brandon Bowie looked like he's giving the wave there to the 2, and he allows the 2 indicator back in line. So they're all singled out, looks like throughout the entire field. I don't see anybody single file or racing just yet. As now the 17's going to look underneath the 13. These are our wounded guys back here. As Michael Duell is going to take a 2 for 1 on the 13 and 9 through 3 and 4 with a tore up race car. He's 6 laps down. He got his damage all fixed. He's back out there running with a little bit of attitude, flexing his muscles.
Jesse, I think the seven car Jeffrey Parker, he was starting up there in turn 1 and just did not turn. He hit the wall pretty hard. He's back to 10th right now. Not a good start on that restart for him. Yeah,
and I see him right there. Not really able to hold the corner either. He's definitely got some ill handling effects from hitting that wall for sure. As another 17 pulls right back to the back of him. Up front, though, the 11, Fred Moreau, beginning to put the heat on our leader. He's looking at Chad Pruitt, and he's looking at him in the mirror, and he's doing the old point from Days of Thunder. You know what I mean? He's saying, here I am. He's looking like he wants to go out there and test himself right here. I mean, they're in a line, but now the 2 with a big slide off of turn 4. Goodness gracious, that's the 2nd time he's had to cheat that, man. 3rd time might be a charm. Cater needs to be careful.
Yeah, Jesse, I'm pretty impressed with Fred Moreau. Never really seen this guy race before. I don't know if he's been on ATV last season or not, but pretty impressed, man. He's racing David Cater and Chad Pruitt, 2 good drivers right in between them up here. It's good stuff.
Yeah, he's doing well. I tell you what, man, power move by Brian Macklin at 3 over 4 of Brad Mayhar. Got a lap back there, man. Big power move. And either that or they really orchestrated that well between the 2 of them. But, ooh, man, the 4 comes up, about hits the wall right there. He might have got a little piece of it. Car looks okay. But, yeah, I mean, that's the nature of the beast here, man. This track is no joke, dude. These guys are going to be, when they get done with this race, man, these guys are going to be like, I need a nap.
Yeah, concrete track. Just tough on you, you know what I mean? Not even physically, mentally, all that put together in one. It's just like a giant Bristol.
Yeah, it really is kind of like that. You're absolutely right. It's now the 5, man. He's looking to get on by the 8. That's the 5 of Wes Weedman. He's going to take 7th position away from Mondo Vargas in the A car. Mondo Vargas running that new skin, kind of like a black and white cobalt, look kind of like a Jimmy Johnson skin. And a little bit of a stack up front. I'm not sure what happened, but guys they scattered like cockroaches down there in the backstretch, like something happened, but I don't see any smokers or nothing. So somebody must have just made a great save.
Yeah, you mentioned Armando Vargas won the ETV Live Championship. I guess he gets to run the Jimmy Johnson paint scheme.
Yeah, right. He's gonna go for 5, man. He's got big expectations, and he said he ran very, very well last season in every race he was in, except for the very final one. But he had it all locked up anyhow, so it was all good. But man, yeah, it's short of that. Other than that last race of the season, he was top dogging it every week, man. He was very good. I was impressed with Mondo Vargas last season. Of course, this season, the points are not split up. We are running, odd weeks. It's going to be top split just like this week in week 1. We're running top split this week. Next week, we'll be covering second split. However, the ETV points are only going to be kept for the first 10 weeks of the 12-week season. And all of the points will be pulled into the same standing. So there will not be 2 champions. It's like Highlander, man. There can only be 1. You know what I mean? It's going to be 1 champion this season. And Armando Vargas is obviously, he's got to be a favorite. He's got to be somebody hitting that line on the least still. Both those guys got to be odds-on favorites early on here, and they got to defend their position.
Brandon Bowie was running the 4th position, gave up 2 spots. 4-car Brad Mayhar was nice enough to let him in there. Now he's just riding in 6th.
Yeah, man, and to tell you what, our leader up here, Chad Pruitt, in 1 car, he had gotten a good little breakaway, and he got about a half second over David Cater right now, but that was about 3/4 of a second, just 2 laps to go. So David Cater beginning to reel in our leader right now, and Fred Moreau hanging back there. He's a little bit off pace with what Chad's doing right now, what our leader's doing, but He's close, and it's early in the run. He's hanging about a second back, and then they have about a second over the next pair. So, starting to string out here a little bit. Now, you know, that's the way this track goes, man. I mean, like you said, partner, it's a real tire abuser here at this track, and you know, I mean, a lot can change here in the course of a tire run. You know, this is one of the tracks where guys will be wanting tires desperately long before they need to pit for fuel. This is definitely one of those tracks where tires come first.
Yeah, I'm guessing probably 50 laps on tires, 80 laps on fuel. 50 laps probably for, you know, so you won't lose much track position. I'm thinking, you know, you get 50 laps into a run, probably start hitting pit road. Just my guess.
Yeah, no, I think you're probably right on it. I think you're probably right on it right there for sure. As we're working lap 40 of 120 here, we're still gonna have 80 laps to go, and you know, it's looking like this one here now is looking like this could break into a long run, you know, and we'll have to see. We got a bunch of little pairs all over the track right now for the most part, and a couple single runners up front. Man, Chad Pruitt, he's been leading this whole thing since he's taken the lead. No one's taking it from him. David Cater sitting there in second place, man, just stalking him. You know what I mean? He's been sitting there in second there for ever since he's got there, and he's just following him around. And we'll have to see once he gets his run how that plays out.
Yeah, a couple cars seem like it got it together. One of them being that Brian V. Macklin. He's running pretty good right now, and Scoot Johnson. I know he went clear to the back earlier. He's running 10th. His times ain't as good as a leader right now, but that's not saying a whole lot for Dover. You know, he could be on a tire saving run, but he seems to be turning around. So, crew's getting them together.
Yeah, Scoot Johnson, man, he's up to 10th. He's got her into the top 10. Yeah, he's looking. Whoa, big check up there. The 4 in big trouble. I'm not sure if. I thought maybe caution was coming out as the 4. Wow, the 4 in big trouble. Looks like he might have a tire going soft as he goes for a big slide there, right in front of Scoot Johnson, who we were just talking about. Goodness gracious, something's gone amiss with that car. I still don't see a lot of damage on it, but Jerry, you get a look at this? You got an update?
Yeah, I'll tell you what, we actually threw it out there a few minutes ago, Jesse, a replay of him. He actually come up off the corner there, had that car dead sideways, whipped her down the inside wall and saved it and kept going, but I've seen him getting loose a couple times, so I think he's got a pretty ill handle on race car right now.
Oh, yeah, he probably went for a big slide on them tires, man. This place is so nasty for that, and it's such a tough track. I mean, good luck trying to cool your tires off here after going for a bad slide. I mean, this is one of the worst tracks to try and calm the tires down once they get all upset. So he's got his hands full. I'm watching him now. He looks like he's starting to get it back as he looks to the inside of the 16 right there. As they come a little close coming out of turn 2, he's going to move on by the 16 right there and take that position away. That's for 8th. And Scoot Johnson looking to follow him through back there behind.
Absolutely, Jesse. I'd say in that 4 car, he's probably got a big split in that track bar. Probably going to pay off for him maybe here in a couple laps or so. But he has been sliding all over the place. For the loosest car of the race, it's got to be that 4 car, Brad Mayar.
Yeah, he gets dirt track reward here early on for sure. Without a doubt. Now the 8 is going to move back by the 6. It's Armando Vargas taking 6th place away from the 6 of Brandon Bowie. And pulling a little bit right there. Armando Vargas looking real good on that lap. Yeah, man, it's up front here now. I mean, it's getting clearer and clearer that it's 2 guys here. Chad Pruitt out front, David Cater behind him, and they seem to be mirroring each other every single lap. Fred Moreau still on an island by himself right now, the island of Moreau, in 3rd place. 2.1 seconds behind right now, and getting caught slightly by the next car, Wes Weedman into 5. Brian V. Macklin rounding out top 5 right now, 3.5 seconds behind our leader. So we'll have to wait and see, man, how this. You know, as I'm watching lap times, you know, a lot of these guys are back here that you know might be saving. Some of them look like they're starting to fall off at the same rate as the lead. We're just not running as good a lap, but. That 5 of Wes Weedman looks like one, and the 8 of Armando Vargas. Those 2 guys actually seem to be getting quicker. You know what I'm saying? Later, you know. So, I don't know. Not quicker than they were when they started, but, you know, they're running the same and a little bit quicker lap times now than they were about 10 laps ago. Some of these other guys were running faster, and now they're slowing down. A lot of work for these guys.
Yeah, the 5 seems to be, the car seems to be looking pretty good. I think the 11, he's starting to fall off a little bit from them leaders. But right now, yeah, the Chad Pruitt, David Cater, they're up there running 6s. They're looking pretty good right now for the long run.
Yeah, they do. They both look really solid. I mean, they're falling off, but they're falling off real gradual here, and in a track like this, that's what you're hoping for. Because you know you're gonna have a fall off, a pretty steady fall off. But if you can get it to be smooth, and fall off in hundreds and thousands rather than tens, you're in good shape. Chad Pruitt now beginning to pull away as he goes through traffic, passes the 12 there. 12 gives way. That's Larry Scott Jr. He's going to give way to the inside for David Cater down the back. Classy move there by him. But as they go by there in the lap traffic, Pruitt is gaining. He is gaining, or rather getting away from David Cater right here.
Yeah, Chad Pruitt's ran 24.688. That's a really good time right now. I mean, he's continuing to be the fastest car in the field right now. And as earlier, I watched him race. I didn't watch him into a long run, but he's definitely they got that thing dialed in for sure.
Oh yeah, man. I mean, he is ripping some awesome laps. There's a spin on the track. Just got some radio communication. There's definitely a smoker down there trying to figure out who it is. It's like the 4. Oh, they finally got him. The 4 of Brad Mayhaw are going to be involved in this caution here, and I think I have a suspicion his tires might be the culprit, as he had been fighting this car for a very long time. Man, Jerry, did you look at that, buddy?
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I got pulled up here. It looks like he just came out of the corner, got really, really loose. A lot of cars dodged him, and it looks like everybody's going to get away pretty clean. Maybe they can go ahead and get them tires they needed after that nice little spin the last time that he recovered from.
Yeah, man, he's been out there wrestling with it, man. It's definitely been a handful for him for a while here, and he's gonna. The good news is he's gonna be able to come in here and get some fresh tires, maybe get some adjustments, and everybody did a fantastic job avoiding him right there, and he did a fantastic job of just kind of keeping that thing still in place, and not going up or down the track real quick and making it tough on those guys behind him. So, real good job by everybody there, and really a good save, and he minimized that. Did Brad Mayhaw, so. Maybe the crew chief can hit it with the right wrench right here. Maybe get him. I don't think you can fix that thing on pit road as tough as it's been for him. But I think he can make it better if the crew chief hits him with the right calls right here. Looks like everybody taking 4 tires. Chad Pruitt winning the battle off pit road. David Cater coming out behind him in 2nd. Fred Moreau going to come out 3rd. Wes Weedman 4th. Round out your top 5. Number 3, Brian B. Macklin. We'll be right back after these messages.
Hey dude, are you ready to rock and roll? If that's cool, then you need to do it over at HD Radio Network. HD Radio Network, 4 stations broadcasting 24/7 with everything from metal favorites to the 80s classic rock like legendary Leonard Skinner, Electric Light Orchestra, Foreigner, and bone-rattling, skull-crushing rock and roll on hard driving radio. And partnered with Nuff World Simulation Gaming, check out the HD Radio Network's Nuff Radio with Bear Factory, Stone Temple Pilots, Def Leppard, and a whole lot more. HDRadionetwork.com. Take your pick and rock your brains out, dude.
Welcome back, race fans. We're working lap 55 of 120. Coming out of pit road, field did stay the same. For most part, Chad Pruitt leading. David Cater second, Fred Murray third, Wes Weedman fourth, Brian V. Macklin fifth.
Yeah, it's the lights go out on the pace car part, and we're about to get back to action here, working lap 56 of 120, nearly halfway home. And, man, I tell you what, look at Scoot Johnson. Back there in the 18 car, man, he's the bottom-ranked driver in this race, and up to 8th place with a clean car. Granted, he's had his hands full. It's been a rough go battling with this track, but he's done a good job with it. He's kept his car clean, and here he sits inside the top 10 on this restart.
Absolutely. I want to mention that 7 and that 9, they're lined up right beside each other, man. They made a heck of a maneuver to miss that 4 car that was spinning, man. One stayed high, one went low. Pretty good stuff. Could have been a lot of cars tore up in that.
Man, I ran to the buffet for some munchies and must have missed something. Brandon Bowie all the way back to 10th place on this restart. Crew chief definitely dropped a lug or something happened there. Somebody tripped over an arrow. Not really sure, but pace car is in, man. They're going to get this thing cracking. Flag is out. A little bit of a slow start. Now here goes the one. Big jump. Inside line every time. The leader has been able to get a real great jump at this track, man, and you know, I think that's just part of it, man. At this track, you get a really good jump. But the guy on the outside's got to be careful not to get overzealous, as it's easy to spin the tires here. But wow, look at the two of David Cater looking to try and take the position right now while the going's good on them tires. Think he feels like, you know, maybe if he could get that clean air, it's tough. It's tough to pass here. It really is. It's tough to pass this track as the track's so tough. You know, and when you got the feel good on the tires, that might be the best time. Go get it. Get that clean air for yourself. And he's trying real hard. Tell you what, Pruitt, though, man, he sees it. He sees it. Both these guys, you just see it. You know, you can feel it. There's an intensity between those top two. You can tell that they're running harder right here on this run than they did before. And the reason for that is they can make it if this thing goes green. Real close there through 3 and 4. Real close. David Cater comes right to the rear deck of the 1.
Got Armando Vargas. He's passing the 11 car. The 11 car is giving up 2 spots. One to Brian V. Macklin. He's getting worked right now by Vargas. Funny you mentioned about Cater. I heard over the scanner that he's just trying to save that right front. He thinks that's what Pruitt's got him right now.
Contact! Sorry, partner. The 2 gets into the 1. Now the 5 gets into the 2. The 3 gets into the 5. Bingo! The 11 hits them all. The 7 hits. Oh, we got a fire!
Oh my!
Look at this parking lot. Oh my gosh. ETV, we do it up big. Oh my God. You guys, bad boy, corn dog, get them cameras rolling. We got work to do. Oh my gosh. Our whole field just got clobber knockers off the top turnbuckle, brother. That was serious. Jerry, you get all that carnage, man.
Man, I'm going to tell you what, Outlaw, I was sitting in the cockpit of the 2 car when he come up out of the corner, got into the back of that 1 of Chad Pruitt, just dumped him around into the wall, and all chaos broke loose from there. Tons of damage to a lot of race cars. A lot of sheet metal for sale tonight, boys.
No, that looked like a land rush. My golly, is there gold down there in the front stretch? What are they digging for? It's wreck time. Everybody's coming there like Cole Trickle and Rowdy Burns. Oh my gosh. I keep watching this over and over. It's great every time. This clip right here is going to get rewound over and over on ATV. I'm telling you, this is classic, man. That reminds me of the race we did at Phoenix in the second split last season early on, or maybe it was the season before. But I tell you what, man, that's like a parking lot in a Black Friday Walmart or something. You know what I mean? Like that, that was crazy. They all went to the swap meet on that one.
Yeah, Jesse, that's probably the probably the most cars I've seen in an incident in quite a while on my race, man. It's pretty unfortunate. A lot of good cars taken out, man, but that opens the door for a lot of people to have a chance of winning this race, because the 1 and the 2 was really, really good. They're pretty damaged.
Yeah, I think the question now is not really. I mean, I was asking myself, I was trying to figure out where in the heck is the car that didn't get any damage, and I'm sure there might be 1 or 2 that got through that without any. But I think the better question is, who got the most, and who's going to be able to limp away from this and still have a car left? And some of these guys look okay, but the 8 Armando Vargas, he's in there, man. It tells there's a lot to go through here, man. Brandon Bowie up front, he's showing as our leader right now. I don't see a scratch on his car. and he's been strong all night. John Bunton's up there in second right now. His car is looking pretty straight. Scoot Johnson once again gets through it. We just mentioned him being in 8th, and how, you know, now he sits 3rd. This is definitely going to shake things up, and now it's on these crew chiefs to and these pit crews rather to get to work, man. Get these guys back out there. You know, pit crews are racing each other. Make no mistake. There's a race happening right now. It's sheet metal flying, pop ribbon, duct tape, all that. It's going down.
Jesse, this race just turned in. This race is just turned into a instead of setting your car up for the long run, which crew's gonna duct tape the car up, make it the best, get out there and get the best spot they can.
Yeah, there's definitely some really ugly looking cars out there right now. That's unfortunate. Brian Macklin is the first one here to his team has said no mas. 3 Brian Macklins, they're packing that thing up on the hauler. He's done. It looks like Chad Pruitt, man, our leader at the time, looks like he's off track as well, I believe. Yeah, it looks like he's off track. He hasn't retired yet, but they got a really bad look on their face down there in pit road. So, man, Cater's still on pit road getting worked on. To the 7, Jeffrey Parker, he's on pit road getting worked on. Brad Mayhart back on track after repairs. Goodness gracious. The 13 on pit road for more repairs, man. Antonio Perez Duran, he's got major damage to his car. And somebody just wrecked big. Live. The 12 of Larry Scott Jr. just wrecked huge on the pace lap. Oh, man, look at this. If we get a... I don't want to pick on the guy, but how cool was that? No way. This ain't the X Games, but he just pulled the 900 or the 1080 or something. That was crazy. Oh, wow. Jerry, you get a look at that, buddy.
I'm going to tell you what, it looked like he was trying to catch the rest of the field, come out of that corner there pretty fast. She just went right on around into the wall, and the way she went head first, if he wasn't pretty tore up before, he pretty much tore up now.
Okay, so while we're watching that, the pace car dives in, gets out of the way, man. The pace car took off all scared, man. He's afraid he's going to get hit, so he gets out of the way real fast. Brandon Bowie off to a big jump here. John Bunton back in the 9. He's sitting 2nd place with Scoot Johnson right on his tail. Bob Grooms in the 16. He's sitting 4th. Antonio Perez Duran ran out your top 5. The final guy in the lead lap, 13 seconds back with a toe-up race car. So we have 4 guys basically in contention right now. And, you know, with no wave rounds, this is, oh, now the 18, Scoot Johnson. Scoot Johnson on the track backwards. Caution is coming out for sure. Not sure how he got there. Probably not the way they planned it. But Scoot Johnson, after avoiding all those wrecks, becomes a wreck. Oh, what a bum deal for him.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Jesse, it looks like he just come out of the corner here. Typical Night at Dover, got the rear of the car loose. He almost had it saved off the wall, but things kind of turned bad from there, so they'll get in, repair up the little bit of damage they got there, get some fresh tires and fuel.
Hey guys, is it a full moon?
I think it just popped out through the clouds, Jesse.
Well, I tell you what, this is crazy. This is a crazy race. The 6 is going to come in, no doubt. I mean, the leader is going to come in and get tires at every opportunity here. Why not? You know what I mean? But it's also giving guys an opportunity to get more repairs done here on this caution. And for the ones who got it fixed as good as they're going to get it, man, they're going to get their lap back, get the wave around here. But I don't see anybody in position for the wave around. I think, or I take that back. The 17, the 15, and the 11 are all going to be in position for a wave around. That they'll all still be a lap or more down after that. And that won't put anybody back in the lead lap. But man, we're about to be out of cars here before too long. We might throw a rain delay on this if this keeps up, boys.
Yeah, Cater, Pruitt, good cars earlier. They're 5 laps down. Looks like all the way up to 5th is a lap down. starting with 6th.
Yeah, man, I tell you what, the 4 now too. The 4, Brad Mayhar, they couldn't get his car going either, so he's packed her up for the weekend, and man. So John Bunton, Bob Grooms, man, we haven't really talked about them too much tonight. Both of them got clean cars. You know what I mean? And I don't know that either of them got a car up to snuff with what Brandon Booty's doing. But the way things have gone, especially the last, 25, 30 laps, the way things have gone, man, anything can happen. Brandon Booty might hit an IEB. The way things are going, you never know. this is just craziness.
Absolutely, it's just when a car gets upset in front of you, and the closing rate here is just so fast because you're picking the throttle up off the corner. It's just accident just waiting to happen.
Oh yeah,
it's what makes Dover what it is.
No doubt. They call it the monster for a reason, man. It's like you said, it's tough to avoid one. This is one of the tougher tracks to avoid a wreck, and a lot is because the track is trying to wreck you all the time. And once you start trying to back it down, you end up out of shape. You end up wrecking yourself. We've seen that a couple times tonight, where a guy avoided actually hitting the wrecking tube, but his reaction itself caused him to wreck. And this track is really gnarly, and it's playing havoc on these guys tonight, big time. I'm not even sure what's happened for next week, partner. You know where we're going next week for second split action?
I believe, Jesse, it's Iowa. I happened to look earlier. I think we're going to Iowa.
Oh, golly. So that Iowa's another one that's going to be real tough, for real. That's going to be interesting, to say the least. The racing there can be a little better than here, though. You can race side by side at Iowa, where here it's very difficult. Now there goes the wave around, guys. The 11 taking a wave around is going to put him 1 lap down, and the 17, Michael Duell, that's going to put him 5 laps down. And I believe we have one other, but I'm not sure who it was now. But yeah, man, we still got several guys on pit road. Crazy. They don't. They've had an inside wall, man. They all like to hit that inside wall. That one seems to be a little bit nastier than the outside wall. I don't think it's got quite the cushion on it. Does a lot of damage with that one.
Absolutely. You mentioned earlier people wrecking, trying to slow down for wrecks. This place is so brake demanding. When you get into a long run, they're just got them brakes dialed to the rear.
Yeah, Antonio Perez is coming out, man. He's going to try and keep it on the lead lap there, round out the top 5. Big time damage on that car. Scoot Johnson, man, he stayed on the lead lap, but his car's looking a little worse for wear as the pace car gets out of the way. Brandon Bowie sees the flag, and he's off. Great start by their leader, Brandon Bowie, in the 6th. And everybody looks like they're probably just going to fall in line right there. Is John Bunn going to slide in there to 2nd, Bob Grooms in the 3rd. Scoot Johnson in trouble again now on the inside of the track. No caution going to come out for this, but he is on the flat. And car definitely looking like it's confused on which direction it wants to go. Looks like the front and rear are going opposite direction a little bit, guys.
Yeah, I think that little knock against the wall probably messes steering up a little bit. He's
looks like he's trying to race a big wheel right now. You remember them? Like they got the one big plastic wheel in the front. When you was a kid, he trying to go too fast in the big wheel. Oh, we got another caution, the 13. The 13 involved in another one as the pace car comes back out. Man, I tell you what, his car is just so bad. He kept trying to get back out there on the track without getting it all repaired. You know what I mean? And stay on the lead lap. And I get that, but man, this is the result of not getting all your damage fixed. You get more. Jerry, you getting up there, buddy?
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Jesse, it looks like maybe he got a piece of the wall coming out of the turn there right about the stripe, and that kind of got him a little out of shape. As soon as he turned down in the window, the car just kind of got a little wicked on the apron and shot right up to the wall, guys.
10-4, man. Yeah, it's rough. It is a rough track, man, with a clean car. And you got damage that's affecting your steering like Scoot Johnson and Antonio Perez Duran have. They're out there trying to stay on the lead lap, but this is the wrong track, I think, to try that. Well, most of the rest of these guys are just staying in there getting it all fixed, Fred Moreau, man, his car is looking really ugly, but I think they got that. I think they got it banked out about as much as they're going to, and you know, he's still 2 laps down. But to keep wrecking like this, you never know. I mean, he might get back up there on a lead lap. Tell you what we're gonna do though, we try and let these guys sort this out on pit road and see which wounded warrior is gonna come back to the track and try and make it happen. Let's take a quick commercial break and we'll be right back after these messages.
Hey, dude, if you ready to rock and roll, that's cool, and you need to do it over HD Radio Network. HD Radio Network, 4 stations broadcasting 24/7 with everything from metal favorites to the 80s classic rock like legendary Leonard Skinner, Electric Light Orchestra, Foreigner, and bone-rattling, skull-crushing rock and roll on hard driving radio. And partnered with Nuff World Simulation Gaming, check out the HD Radio Network's Nuff Radio with Bear Factory, Stone Temple Pilots, Def Leppard, and a whole lot more. HDRadionetwork.com. Take your pick and rock your brains out, dude.
Alright, welcome back, race fans. Is up front. The lights are still on the pace car. We should be getting the one to go this time by. David Cater, number 2, back on track. 12 laps down. Car looking looking pretty rough all along the sides and the back there, but they got that front pretty good. I'm really surprised at how well they were able to get that front straightened out. And you know, he's not definitely 12 laps down, not a threat to win this race. But you know, there's still guys. Jeffrey Parker sitting on pit road getting repairs. The 5 of Wes Weedman sitting on pit road getting repairs. Those guys still going laps down. And you know, Caters is ready to rock and roll, so he might be able to pick up some more spots. Imagine that's, you know, that's a situation a lot of these guys are in right here. Multiple laps down is now we've, you know, we got nobody 1 lap down, but we've got a pair of them 2 laps down. And, you know, got Martin Vargas 3 laps down. And Michael Duell at Nite, 5 laps down. Brad Mayhar in 10th right now, off. He's off out of the race, but he's 10 laps down. Still sitting 10th. Weedman and Parker just mentioned now pit road. Wow. Here comes another one. Here comes Jeffrey Parker back on track now, back to pit road. So he's about ready to get out there and start turning laps. I think he's seen Cater leave pit road, and his guys were like, "Well, we got to stay in him." So we're gonna have a couple different races going on right here. We're gonna see what Bunton and Grooms can do with Brandon Bowie for the win here. And you got Jeffrey Parker, David Cater, and Wes Weedman are all going to start racing these junker cars, and they're probably all going to be on the same lap. So that's going to be interesting too.
Absolutely, the race doesn't end, even though they're laps down. Still points racing. It's the first week, trying to get all the points you can for the season.
Yeah, for sure, man. And Chad Brewitt has gone ahead and they've backed out officially now. He's going to finish in 14th position. So the pace car's in. Green flag should be waved here momentarily. Green flag is out. 6 car is off and away once again, man. Great start by him. And Scoot Johnson, really, we only got 4 left on the lead lap right now. Scoot Johnson, he's got his hands full right there in 4th. He's in the back of the lead lap cars. And, man, look at that car going down the straightaway, guys. Scoot Johnson's car is so bad. I cannot believe he's able to drive that thing around this monster.
Kind of surprised me, Jesse. I mean, his contact with the wall wasn't the front end; it was just the left front. But man, that really must upset your car here at Dover because yeah, he's crab walking.
Yeah, Jeffrey Parker, cause he couldn't do it with the car the way it was. He went ahead and come back to pit road. David Cater's passed him by. He's passed by Wes Weedman. David Cater's back up to 10th place, 12 laps down, and you know, it's gonna be tough for him to pass anybody else. But you never know. You never know. Could be some more carnage before this thing is over. Out front, Brandon Bowie in the 6-car, man. He's doing it up big. He's looking really good right here. He's got about a second lead already. Working lap 78 of 120, so we're getting down there now. And if these guys keep this green for a while, we're gonna, you know, these laps are gonna click off here pretty quick.
Absolutely, you gotta be fortunate after what you just seen. 79 laps into the race, what's going on, and your car's clean. You gotta be feeling really good right now, even if the car's wasn't even that good to start the race.
Yeah, I mean, Brandon Bowie's got to feel like he came to the race with a cloak of invisibility. I mean, so I don't know how in the world, because he was never all the way at the front. You know what I mean? He was towards the front and he was towards the back. He was never in the very back of the very front. So, I mean, with everything that's happened, he's always been in the eye of the storm as he goes by the aid of a Marno Vargas right there at a high rate of speed. Marno Vargas' car is very slow. But yeah, man, I mean, for him to be around all of that, and the parking lot, no less. My gosh, that was ridiculous. I don't know how anybody came through there without even a paint scratch. That's really amazing, to be honest. He done a great job, and it should be easy selling. I don't want to sell John Button or Bob Groom short. I'm sure their teams worked very hard. They got good cars, but their cars just don't seem to be up to snuff with what Brandon Bowie's car is able to do here tonight. However, the 9 and the 16 look pretty equal to each other, so we might have us a whopper of a race here for a second. You know, these guys can really you know, let them hang, if you will, because they know that they don't have to really worry about anybody passing them, so they can really go after each other. Jerry, you got an update, buddy?
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Jesse, I've been watching these guys, and it appears that Bob Grooms, when he gets into the corner, he has a hard time getting down into the corner, but John Button he just sails it right in there. But if you notice coming back out of the corner, John Button having a hard time coming out. Bob Grooms, that's where he excels and catches him back every time. But unfortunately, they're just staying even lap after lap.
Yeah, they do. They look very, very close overall. You know what I mean? So we'll see as the tires wear. You know, which guy's got the better handle and the better feel at that point in time. But for right now, for sure, those two, man, they look very, very equal. Scoot Johnson sitting 10 seconds back, got his hands full in that crab walker there down the backstretch in the 18. And you know, I tell you, I mean, but he's sitting in 4th place right now. And nobody else is on the lead lap to pass him. So despite the fact that he's got a car that's totally confused on where it wants to go, he runs inside the top 5, ranked 18th in here. I mean, this is going to be a good deal for Scoot Johnson, man. It's a tough break. He got in trouble. There he goes. I'm talking about him. He got the ATV jigs. He took a hammer knocker to the nose, man. Big trouble.
Yeah, Scoot Johnson, man. That's a bad feeling. You don't even want to be out there, but you know that you're going to finish good. All you got to do is complete laps. But man, that thing is just a mess to drive right now.
Yeah, we got this pulled back up here, Jesse. It looks like he just got loose. Seen that a lot tonight, and seen a lot of these cars head first to the wall. So definite damage for Scoot Johnson, and ETV Jinx at it again.
Yeah, man, he's going to be back on pit road getting heavy repairs. So for sure, you know, it's going to open the door up for some of these other guys. He's going to be battling now on the same lap as some of these other guys. And in fact, his crew's they're probably going to be there for a little bit of an extended stay. That was a big noggin knocker to the nose right there as he stops her in the stall. Man, leader's probably going to be coming here, I'd imagine. I mean, why not? There's 3 guys here. That could allow Antonio Perez Duran to get back on a lead lap in the 13, where he's still got major damage. We'll see. I'd imagine they're coming here. Lap 86 of 120. This will probably be the last time that you see Brandon Bowie come to pit road, I'd imagine, though. Probably all 3 of these guys. Because they all come, and that's going to allow a bunch of guys to stay out and get one of their many laps back. And for Antonio Perez Duran to get back on the lead lap.
Yeah, it was pretty good for Antonio Perez. He was able to pick a spot up, get the wave around, and you know, put him back in contention in the race.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he's gonna get up there and do nothing with that car. But you never know. I mean, the way this thing is going, the top 3 might, you know, they might finish, you know, 8th, 9th, and 10th for crying out loud. I mean, the way this thing is going, you just never know. I mean, before too long, we might have, you know, Perez might be the only guy out there. We'll just have to wait and see how this plays out. I will say this, though. Brandon Bowie's car looked very good. He come in and got 4 tires there. He come out first. And, you know, he doesn't really have any pressure behind him. Unless John Button or Bob Grooms put some magic match set Harry Hogue tires on it or hit it with a miracle wrench there on the wedge, I don't think that either of those two are going to be able to put any pressure on Brandon. So I would say it's smooth sailing for him. I really would be shocked if something happens to him. But, you know, you never know. This track, man, we can't give nothing to nobody till this thing is over. Especially, you know, the way this race has gone.
Yeah, Jesse, we never expected to see a big pile up like that. So, man, this place is just so unpredictable. It could be a clean race, or it could just be what you're seeing right here.
Oh, yeah, man. I know when I see it on the schedule, too. When I seen Dover on the schedule, man, I was like, oh, man. This track is just, this is a tough one, man. It really is. And a lot of guys, they take the week 13 between, I understand it's 4 12-week seasons, and then in between each, they have a week 13, which is kind of like a play week, you know. And a lot of guys I know take that week off completely and just, you know, they let the wheel collect a little dust, and, you know what I mean? They come back week 1, and you're always most guys are always a bit rusty, just a little bit. It takes a week, you know, to shake that off. And when you come in week 1 at Dover, that's a tough track to come in with ring rust. You know what I mean? Because somebody's gonna get their ear bit off. Somebody's gonna get you know, the 10 count. it's gonna be rough and tumble, and that's what we've seen here for sure. But you know, we see some good racing too. Before we got everybody tore up, man, there was some good racing. I think there's still gonna be some good racing up here between John Button and Bob Grooms. And you know, you never know. I mean, we might still some of these guys on the same lap racing each other. Like Armando Vargas and Michael Duell, both 4 laps down now. You know, maybe those guys will start racing each other with their turd walkers.
Fred Murray looks like he's disconnected, unfortunately for him. That'll move David Cater probably up another spot.
Yeah, Fred Moreau, yeah, they packing it up, man. They're heading to the truck. They've had enough. They got no more metal to put on that thing. Armando Vargas back on pit road getting service again. Now goes 5 laps down, so.
Maybe everybody wrecked him early, Jesse, so I could go hit that buffet you was at earlier.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man, the munchies. ETV does it up with the munchies, man. I'm telling you. This is cool place to hang out, man. You can see carnage like this. Where else you gonna see carnage like this, man? Monster Mile. Wow, look at these guys catching up to the back of the field. They got running up on the field all super fast. Everybody had to put the binders on. That was crazy. So here we go. Pace car heading off turn 3 and 4 here. About to get this thing restarted. We're going to have 30 laps to go when the flag comes out. Brandon Bowie up front showing the way. John Button and Bob Grooms, those are the leading greyhounds trying to catch that rabbit. Antonio Perez ran hanging on to the lead lap. His pace car is in. Flag should be coming here momentarily. Green flag is out. The 6 is off and away. Good jump right there. And the 16 looking to get to work on the 9, but nothing doing just yet.
Pretty single file. 9 of John Button. We ain't talked about him much. You think he's got anything for the 6?
I mean, you never know. You know, if he nails it right on the adjustments in a pit stop, man, maybe. But judging by what's been shown so far, I would say Brandon Bowie's got this pretty well in hand. And so long as he's able to not let this track beat him, I think Brandon Bowie's got the car to get the job out here.
Absolutely. I mean, Brandon Bowie's avoided the wreck. Now he just can't be caught up in the Monster Mile jinx. As long as he keeps it out of the wall, he probably should be fine in this.
Scoot Johnson back out on the track with his car. His sideways car, a little more sideways than it was last time we seen it. He's now running in 6th place, 2 laps down as the 7 goes flying by him on the inside. That's Jeffrey Parker, 16 laps down. So Scoot's still hanging on to 6th place, man, and he's just got a little ways to go. It's a little ways to go, but man, it's gonna be a long trip. That car is definitely hammered.
Yep, Scoot being 18th ranked in here. you know, he probably wishes, you know, he didn't have that damage when they had that spin, but he's going to gain some points anyhow, so it's not that bad a day, but I'm pretty sure he was wishing for better things.
Wes Weedman back on track in the 5 car. He runs in 12th place, 18 laps down, but you know, they sat there, got all that damage fixed, and man, yeah, he's back out there running anyhow, man. So he's there able to get it fixed. Same with the 15 Alfred Terra running 27 laps down. He's back out on track. So we got some do or die guys out here, man. I tell you, one that's on the move. it's Scoot John, man. He just passed him on the Vargas. That was crazy seeing two cars look like that go by each other. Man, look at John Bunton, dude. You called it. He's hanging with Brandon Bowie this time, and Bob Grooms, man. I think he's you know, he doesn't look any slower than he was before. Not to say he was slow, but I mean, his lap times look the same, I guess is what I'm trying to say. John Bunton is faster than he was before. Brandon Bowie is the same as he was before. So really, the change here is Bunton. Bunton is now hanging with Brandon Bowie. We'll see if this is, you know, short-lived. Maybe the crew chief puts something in there that works for a little bit, but it's going to hurt him later, or not. We'll have to find out. Because right now, Brandon Bowie's starting to pull back away, but he's not gone yet, man. He's definitely going to have to. He's going to have to look up in the mirror and see a little pressure. We'll see if Bunton can maybe apply a little more pressure as the laps tick down. Coming up on 20 to go here momentarily.
Yeah, I'd say that 9, John Bunton, last pit stop, probably had a little strategy, probably how to you know, set your car up for the short run, get the most out of it as you can, and he's probably, to me, it looks like he's just driving the ball it's got right now. It may pay off though. He is catching the 6th Brandon Bowie.
Yeah, that lap he did. He clicked off about a 10th and a half that lap. So looking good, man. We'll see. And then he takes off another 10th that lap. John Bunton beginning to close in on Brandon Bowie right here. Tell you what, we may have us a race after all. Maybe he did get a match that Harry match that tires there. What do you think?
Perfectly staggered.
Yeah, boy, buddy. Goodness gracious. Here we go. 20 to go right there at the stripe. And, you know, it's not a whole lot to comment on right now. We're in a bit of a situation right here. We're just waiting to see what's going to happen with the front here with the 6 and the 9. John Bunton and Brandon Bowie. What's going to happen? They're going to have a race. It looks like they may. It's shaping up. But through the field, it's, you know, there's a lot of guys out there hanging on with tore up race cars, just getting what they can get, and looking to go and either put some ice on a black eye from what happened earlier on pit road, or go and punch somebody in the face after the race. I think there's a lot of hurt feelings in this one.
A lot of the cars that tore up, there's really nobody to blame. I think it was bad spotter calls. I think the spotters missed a lot on that, and you know, the fans definitely loved it in the stands, though. Don't get me wrong.
10-4, man. Yeah, no, you're right though. I mean, this track is a go-getter, but you got to be mad at somebody. Come on, I'm Irish. That's what I do when I get mad. I punch people. Tell you what, look at the 9, man. The 9 of John Bunton pulls right up on the 6. Brandon Bowie gets a little bit of the apron. Here comes the challenge. Oh, the 6 shuts the door. The 6 of Brandon Bowie says, "Here you go." No, you don't. He slams the door on the outstretched toe of John Bunton. And, you know, I think that lap car had something to do with it. I think Brandon seen that lap car coming. He goes, "No, you don't. You're not going to dive in on me when you got a pick out there." I think John was thinking pick and roll, and Brandon Bowie was thinking screen.
Yeah, it's this race has gone from a nationwide race at Dover to an NHR race. 2-car battle for the win.
Yeah, no doubt, man. It's tight right now, dude. It's really tight. We're going to be coming up on 15 to go here, and rather 16 to go. And John Bunton is right there in the mirror. Tell you what, you want to talk about pressure. He's putting pressure on right now. That's all Brandon Bowie can see, but he's got to look at this track going forward like he's cross-eyed, man, too. I mean, you really can't go to sleep on this track, but he's got to feel the pressure. Inside 20 to go with the guy right there on his tail. Man, it's good stuff right here. It's shaping up. Car Dog, what you got for us, brother?
I'm gonna tell you what, Jesse. What he might want to start worrying about that 9 car is he might want to get around that 6 and get going, because the more these guys play cat and dog, Bob Grooms is sitting back there. He's gonna start coming up, man. It's probably not gonna take long.
Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, he's 5.5 seconds back. I don't know. He'd have to hit the old nitro switch and or slingshot or something, because he got a long way to go. But Bob Grooms, man, 16th ranked driver in this room, needs car filled, and he's sitting in 3rd right now with a clean looking car. Good night for the 16 of Bob Grooms, man. He's done a fantastic job avoiding trouble, keeping his car clean, and he's gonna get himself a good finish here tonight. Up front, man, these dudes they're getting ready to duke it out for the final 10. It's getting real interesting here. No challenges yet from the 9 of John Bunton. He looked to make that one attempt when they were coming on the lap of traffic. Brandon Bowie slammed the door, and since then there has been no more attempts. But if you look out front, Brandon Bowie sees a plethora of cars out there, all crabbing at different stages, all in big trouble, all drivers with the wheel car, the wrong direction down the straightaway. As they come up on Armando Vargas first in turn 1, he gives way. Classy move there by Armando Vargas. But some of these guys are going to try and give way, and I imagine may have a tough time getting out of the way. Their cars are so bad. As the Scoot Johnson will be the next one the leaders come to. As John Bunton begins to inch closer a little bit, looking to set him up right here. He's going to get a run out of 4. But the 6 of Brandon Bowie gets out of 4 very good that time as well, and not really able to do much with it as John Bunton that time. 10 to go. Next time at the stripe partner, I tell you what, this is shaping up right here, huh?
Absolutely, and the 6 is, oh, he's going to get a run, and here comes the 9 of John Bunton. That's Brandon's line. Brandon has been running the low line, but now Bunton's down there. Here they come out of 3 and 4.
Oh, it's close to the line. Brandon Bowie's going to lead that lap, but only by a nose. Still side by side. They're close. They're half lane, quarter lane, real close. Come out of turn 2. Now the lap cars are getting all the way off the track to give way. That's Wes Weedman down there that's going to give way. And Brandon Bowie going to be able to come down and shut the door in 3 and 4. But now can he hold the corner? Can he hold the corner with that line? He's going to stack it up in front of the 9 a little bit. Shut the door. Very good job by the 6 of Brandon Bowie right there. Very good stuff. But the 9, man, he ain't giving up yet. He got a little bit of fight in him left.
Yeah, just see that 9. He's like a quarter lane up. He's kind of diamond in the corner. That 6, man, he's just hugging the bottom. I kind of like the 6 line a little bit better, but he's running the risk of coming off that turn and smacking the wall too.
Oh, you're absolutely right. It definitely, you can see the difference in the line. And right now, Brandon Bowie looks like, because where he was losing it was on the exit. You know, the 9 was able to really, you know, get a good pull off the exit of the corner and down the straights. But that doesn't appear to be the case right now, as they're going to come up on lap traffic once again. The 13 of Antonio Perez Duran's going to give way in 3 and 4. Lets both leaders go on by. Here they come now, 7 to go, this time by at the stripe. Brandon Bowie looking really good. Really good. He's holding off the 9 right now. The 9's not able to get back to his bumper just yet. He's trying. Gets a good little run right there through 1 and 2.
I think with John Bunton, he's thinking Napa know-how. What do you think?
Napa know-how. I love it. Well, that's one of the most annoying commercials I've ever seen, but I can't stop watching it. Oh, that's like don't end up in a roadside ditch, man. That's my favorite one. Tell you what, the 9 of John Bunton, man, he's really jamming. He's really swinging out there, trying to diamond the corner, and you know, I don't know. At this point, it doesn't even really look. It doesn't look like it's helping him. The smooth line of Brandon Bowie looks to be what's prevailing right here. You know, I don't want to count him out, but they're coming to 5 to go right now, and John Bunton's got to put that pressure back on Brandon Bowie if he wants him to make a mistake. He's going to have to put some heat on him. I've seen this dude before. Brandon Bowie's no joke. Never won on ATV, man, but I've seen him win a lot of races. You know, he's a good racer, got a lot of experience. John Bunton's going to have to get in his mirror, get in his head, try and get him off his marks right here and try and capitalize. That's about his only chance as they come up on 4 to go this time, partner.
Absolutely. Brandon Bowie, he's counter steering off that turn. I mean, one mess up with that counter steer, he could slap the wall, but just his line, just running that low line, he's got the advantage. I think I'd rather want my car down there than trying to dime in the middle.
Yeah, for real, man. Well, I tell you what, I like right where I'm at. I like sitting up here in this comfortable booth man, watching these guys do battle on this track because this is a tough track. These guys are making it look easy. But make no mistake, this is a workout. Both these guys are gonna be pooped after this one. I mean, this is a tough track, and these dudes, man, they've been locked in this battle now for a while. Not side by side, but this is as close. This is like side by side on a different track when guys are this close. Now the 9 really looking. He's going to get a big run up the hill now here. The 6 is probably going to be a little slow coming out for 4 because he had to get defensive. The 9, though, he's going to catch a little bit of the apron. That's going to hurt him. The 9 of John Button with 2 to go now hits that apron coming through 3 and 4, kills his exit off of turn 4. And now he's going to have to do a lot of work right here coming to the white flag. He's going to have to get to him, set him up this lap, pass him in the last lap. Let's see what he can do right here on 3 and 4, partner.
It just don't seem like 9 can just get down in the corner enough to get a good run off the corner on the 6 to set him up for the next turn.
Yeah, real smooth is Brandon Bowie in the 6 car, man. White flag is out into turn 1 and 2 for the final time. Everything looks good for the 6. 9 beginning to close the gap, though, a little bit. Lap traffic looking to get in the way right here. They get out of the way. Here comes the 9 and the 6 into 3 and 4. Brandon Bowie's got the lead. He looks smooth. I don't see anything wrong. Just don't wobble here. The 9's the one who wobbles. Brandon Bowie's the one who wins the race. After he took the lead, nobody was able to take it from him. John Button put up a valiant effort in the 9 car, man, and the crew chief deserves a pat on the back. They got that car rolling, and John Button was up to the task. He gave Brandon Bowie all he could handle, and you know, Brandon Bowie was ready for the challenge, though. So congratulations to both those guys. Bob Groom's coming in 3rd place in the 16 car. Great run tonight, man. Way to stay out of trouble and get yourself a good run. Save the old car owner some repair bills. The same cannot be said for the rest of the teams tonight. Really rough and tumble race. Antonio Perez Jr. going to finish in 4th place in the 13. The 12 of Larry Scott Jr. is going to run at 5. Then you got Scoot Johnson, Michael Duell, Armando Vargas, David Cater, and Jeffrey Parker. That's going to round out your top 10. Those are your finishers tonight. Brandon Bowie, he's the man out there. He's going to do a little burnout. Got his nose up on the wall. He's looking to do a little show for the fans. Tell you what, man, I said it earlier, man. We talked about him earlier. Brandon Bowie, in the midst of all of that carnage, you know, never in front, way in front of it, and never way behind it. Always right around it, and somehow comes through that race with no damage. I mean, what that to me was just as impressive as winning the race.
Absolutely. Know what was going to happen. We didn't expect all the carnage, but there's always going to be a winner, and Brandon Bowie, he went against all odds and won it.
Yeah, he's gonna his name in there with the rest of the former ETV winners, man. Big stuff right there as he's going to head backwards now and do an unwind lap. Tell you what we're going to do. We're going to unwind it too. Next week we're going to be heading into Iowa, second split coverage right here in the Thursday Night Thunder. Almost called it Showdown. Thursday Night Thunder, man, next week on Thursday night, 9:30 Eastern, 6:30 Pacific. And don't forget, we're kicking off the Sunday Road to Pro this Sunday, despite Super Bowl's playing. I know some guys ain't going to be able to make it out, and we apologize about that. Wish the Super Bowl was on a different night, but we're doing it up big. 9 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Pacific, Sunday Road to Pro in the A-Car, man. Don't miss it. Come check us out. From a partner up here in the booth, man, Mr. Excitement, AJ Browning. On the cameras, man, the legendary one, the production guy, John the Bad Boy West, and Jerry the Corn Dog Wolf. I'm the Outlaw Jesse James saying thanks for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed the show, and we'll see you right here on ETV next time.